What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Team Fish Knuckles YouTube channel. Today we have Alabama State's top 8, and on the left you have James Hart playing his Mega Manectric Raikou deck, which we haven't seen. I don't think we've seen a straight Mega Manectric deck in pretty much all the tournament. We have seen a Mega Manectric Ho-Oh deck, but this is pretty much just straight Mega Manectric, just a 4/4 Mega Manectric with one Raikou, and that is it. It plays 2 Max Potions, it plays Mega Turbo, 4 Sycamore, 2 Rough Seas, 2 Parallel City, and yeah, that's his deck. Just pretty consistent. Mega Manectric deck plays 8 Lightning Energies. If you can't see that, it is 8 Lightning. I can't scroll down currently for some reason, but if you give me a second, we'll see the player on the right and see what they're playing. Alright, on the right, we have Zach Krekeler playing his Greninja Break deck. Now, if you remember from Tennessee State's week number 1, Zach actually made it to the finals with this deck. He only made one change. He cut a target whistle for Professor Letter. If I remember correctly, I'm like 99% sure that's what he cut. He cut a target whistle for Professor Letter, but besides that, it is the same as Zach, 60 cards. And the question is, can Zach make the same run or not? Can he make it to the finals of Alabama State's like he did in Tennessee? Let's see what happens right now. Alright guys, here we go. Alabama State's top 8. Like I said earlier, we have James Hart on the left. We have Zach Krekeler on the right. James is playing his Mega Manectric Raikou deck, and Zach is playing his Greninja deck. And can Zach have the same run as he did in Tennessee or not? That's the big question. Looks like James did start with the Shaman, which is not somebody who really wants to start with, but we see Zach does mulligan. And I'm pretty sure Zach only plays, like, what, 6 basic Pokemon, if I remember correctly? Maybe, no, 4 or 5. I think it's like 4 Froakie, the Remoraid, and I can't remember if he plays Jirachi off the top of my head right now. Let me pull his list up before the game starts. But we see that Zach does mulligan. We'll give James one more extra card. And I'm not. Oh, we see another mulligan from Zach. Wow, I was trying to pull up Zach's list and I didn't see that even mulligan. I guess it'll give me perfect time to see if what's going to happen. But I mean, it's going to be weird. We know that James does play like Max Potions and Rough Seas, and that could make, you know, Zach's hand like turns really weird. We see another mulligan, and we just make sure. Yeah, it's 1 Remoraid, 1 Dedenne, and 4 Froakie. It's only 6 basic Pokemon. Like 1 out of 10, like 10% of starting with a basic Pokemon. But still, I mean, that's still pretty high. I mean, 3 mulligans so far. Another mulligan. Wow. So 4 extra cards from James. What is going on right now, Zach? Come on, find a basic Pokemon, buddy. But like I said, this matchup is going to be weird. It's going to come down to, can Zach find multiple Greninjas? He has to have crazy turns. James can't take one-shots on Zach, and then Zach can, you know, he can maybe take a one-shot. He does have to do like 210 damage, which might be fairly hard. But here we see James does take all the mulligan cards, and we'll see the handshake, and let's see who goes first, and James will go first. We see a Manectric, a Lightning, Acrobike. He has a Lysander and a Shaman. He could discard the Lysander to have one in the discard pile. Unless he really wants to keep the Shaman in his hand. Oh, sorry about that. But we see a Shaman being discarded. Oh, yeah, so he actually discards the Shaman instead of the Lysander. We see an Escape Rope going into that Manectric EX. And let's see what else does James has. He has a Birch in his hand. He has a Rough Seas, a Parallel City, another Lightning, a Lightning. Rough Seas coming down. See a Birch. He's going to risk it to get the Biscuit. But we know that Zach does play those Silent Labs, which might shut down. Well, does he still play the Silent Labs? Let me see. Yeah, he still plays 3 Silent Labs. That's what I thought. But okay, we see a Birch only getting 4 cards, but he does have a Sycamore in his hand. We see a Trainer's Mail. He is looking for maybe a Spirit Link, and there's a Spirit Link coming down, and he will put that probably on the active. And I don't think there's any real threat of that tool being discarded. We see another Manectric coming down, and we'll probably see a pass. Oh, we see another Trainer's Mail from James. And let's see, does he get any of those cards? He could maybe get a Rough Seas to bump a Silent Lab. I think that's what his hand, but he decides not to get anything. So pretty good turn 1. 2 Manectrics, a Lightning, a Spear Link, and a Shaman come onto James' field. On to Zach's turn. Let's see what happens. Does he have a Brigetti in his hand? A Brigetti Spaghetti. We see a Splash into the active. And heads, that Manectric is paralyzed. Wow. Alright, so Zach really doesn't have anything. Okay, so that's not good. A Manectric coming down, a Sycamore. And can James find a Mega Manectric and a Lightning Energy? He could win the game right now. There's a Mega Manectric coming down. And we see an Acrobike. We see a Trainer's Mail, an Ultra Ball. Let's see what he decides to do. He has a Parallel City he could put down to maybe bump that Rough Seas. He will put the Parallel City down. Okay. He's going to Ultra Ball, discard a Rough Seas and a Trainer's Smell. Going to get the Shaman. He is trying to find one of these Lightning Energies. If he can find a Lightning Energy, he can take a knockout and donk this Froakie. Zach did flip heads on that bounce. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. But James could just evolve to get out of the paralyzation, which is not good. And let's see, can James find a Lightning Energy off this Shebe or not? Oh, buddy. Let's see a Trainer's Smell. There's a Lightning Energy in hand. Sycamore. I mean, not light. It looks like a Lightning Super Rod, Lightning, and a Lysander. Looks like he is going to grab the Super Rod. Does he have anything in the discard pile? We see a Super Rod, going to shuffle in a Shaman. I guess that could be good. He could Super Rod, maybe draw into the Shaman to draw more cards, maybe, or maybe draw into an Ultra Ball to help out the Shaman draw. He's just trying to make sure he gets the turn to a knockout. We see an Acrobike. Still no Lightning Energy yet. Discard the VS Seeker. Going to put a Spear Link on that guy. And here's your Shebe for 6. Does he find a Lightning Energy or not? That is the big question. And, oh my goodness, he does not have one yet. A Mega Manectric comes down. Okay. We see an Ultra Ball discarding a double Sycamore. Probably getting the Shaman. He just shuffled back in. Thankfully, he did grab the Super Rod and decide to play it. If he didn't, that would have been very bad for James because he would not get the win this turn. So he will put down the, not the Shaman. He won't put it down yet. He has an Acrobike in his hand. Okay. A Giovanni Scheme and an Ultra Ball. Ultra Ball could be maybe useful to discard, not to discard, but to maybe draw into a Mega Manectric. But we see him discard the Ultra Ball. We see Shaman. Does he find a Lightning or not? And the last card was a Lightning Energy. Oh my goodness, he almost whiffed that. Oh man, he almost whiffed that dunk. That was pretty crazy. The last card was a Lightning Energy. So we'll go to game number 2. Hopefully Zach can find some Pokemon or even find anything. He literally just drew and passed. Just didn't have anything. Just no good. Wow, that's pretty crazy. But I mean that wasn't really a game. We just saw James kind of put a Lightning Energy, Spirit Link, Manectric. Pass on Zach's turn. He just passed, and James probably played like 20 30 cards to find that Lightning Energy. Oh man, but we'll see what happens in game number 2. Hopefully Zach can get set up, find that turn 1 Brigetti. If he can find that turn 1 Brigetti or Bridget, whatever you want to call her, to get out the 3 Pokemon on the field, that'd be yes, that's great. That's what you want to do. But we'll see if that can happen or not. Can he get the turn 2 Frogadier to such multiple Frogadiers, or will he go the rare candy route? Zach does have a lot of options, and obviously his deck does run fairly well because he is in top 8, and like I said earlier, he did make it to the finals of Tennessee States. So let's see what happens. Both players are setting up. It looks like Zach did find a Pokemon. We don't see the 4 mulligan draws. Alright, so there we go. I like how both players like play opposite side decks. Like, usually your deck's on the right side, but both their decks are on the left side, which is pretty crazy. So Zach just attaches energy and just passes, so nothing really. We see a Trainer's Mail. Looks like he's going to grab an Ultra Ball. He's going to play the Ultra Ball, discard maybe the Lysander, and I wonder the other card he'll decide to discard. A Rough Seas, okay. I think he has a Lightning, Spirit Link, and something else in his hand. He could go for Manectric, but if he doesn't have a supporter card, he could be in trouble. Unless he decides to get. He could get a Shaman, but I don't know how much the Shaman's actually going to help. He's looking through his hand. I'm not sure what's all in there. Looks like he is going to go for a Shaman. He's going to say, hey, I really don't have anything. I need to get the Shebe out, draw into a supporter card, and maybe get lucky and hit a Manectric. If he can draw into a supporter card and a Manectric, he's really golden that turn. This turn 1. So Parallel City coming down. I'm not sure which way he's faced. We see a Link. I'm not sure if that's a Link or Flowstone onto the active. We see an Ultra Ball as well. So he can get to turn 1 Ultra Ball. I'm going to discard a Trainer's Mail and a Max Potion. Going to get the Manectric, and he does have a Lightning and the Spirit Link in his hand. So that's great. He'll be good to go. So we see a Link, Lightning, and a Sycamore. Discard his hand, draw 70 cards. So James is having like the best starts he can get for sure. Like he's just getting everything he needs. Looks like we see an Acrobike, and let's see which one he discards. It looks like he discards Sycamore to play another Acrobike. Okay, and does he discard the Raikou, or does he keep the Lightning, or does he discard the Lightning Energy? That's the question. Looks like he's going to discard the Lightning Energy. I do like that play. Putting a Lightning Energy in your discard pile, making you able to Turbo Bolt energies onto something is pretty great. We'll see a pass on to Zach's turn. We see a Frogadier coming down, and we'll just see a Water Duplicates. Wow, so Zach, I don't know if he has anything, if he's playing like conservative, or like does he just not have anything? But we're gonna see a water duplicate. It's gonna get out 3 Pokemon. It looks like, wow, just 1 Frogadier. So Zach has 2 Frogadiers prized, or there's some in his hand. I imagine there's probably 2 prized. So we see Trainer's Mail. Look at the top 4 cards of his deck, and let's see what he decides to get. Maybe a VS Seeker to grab a Sycamore if he doesn't have one in his hand. If he doesn't have a Sporter card in his hand, looks like he is going to grab a... I'm not sure what that is. What card is that? Okay, an Acrobite coming to his hand. Alright, we see an Acrobite. Look at the top 2. Looks like he's going to play a Trainer's Mail. Look at the top 4. Looks like he's going to grab an Ultra Ball. Okay. He can discard a Hex Maniac, maybe. And maybe a Lightning. I don't know. There's a Hex Maniac. And a Mega Manectric actually is going to be discarded. Maybe he already has one in his hand. Looks like he is going to go for, it looks like another Manectric. So another Manectric is going to come down. And I think he has another Mega Manectric in his hand, and what he can do is just attack with that guy, power up the bench one, and then maybe Super Rod the other one back into the deck. We see a Manectric, a Mega Manectric, we see a Lightning, we see an AZ, pick another Shaman, discard that Spirit Link, and send out the new Mega Manectric, and we're going to see Turbo knocking out this Frogadier, and Zach's in trouble. Like, we're going to see Turbo take a knockout, and can Zach find anything? We know that James does have a Lightning Energy in his deck. I mean, discard pile. And can Zach find anything? We see a Greninja come down. And just a pass. Oh, my goodness. Oh, this is not looking good for Zach. Oh, man. We see an Ultra Ball go discard a Raikou. And a Sycamore. Maybe get a Mega Manectric again. Looks like he is just going to eyeball the regular Manectric EX. So, yeah, Manectric EX coming down. And things are not looking good for Zach. He needs to play. James is going to Turbo Bolt this turn. But, can Zach find another Pokemon to put down to own the field? If he can't, then once again, he'll just get donked. Oh, man. So, Super Rod, shuffle back into Raikou, and a Mega Manectric. I'm pretty sure that's what the 2 cards were. But let's see what James does. I mean, he's probably just gonna... Okay, Manectric and Shebe drawn up to 6 cards. James is getting everything set up. Can he find another Manectric? And there's a Giovanni Scheme. And going to take a knockout. Wow. And, yeah, James takes a knockout with the Giovanni Scheme. That's pretty crazy. But there you go. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. That was oh, man, that just not, I mean, we didn't see Greninja do anything. We see James saying, what happened? I don't know what happened, James. I guess Zach didn't want to play Pokemon at top 8, I guess. Oh, man, we see Zach crying. Oh, Zach, don't cry, buddy. It's okay. I'm sorry that this happened. I didn't, oh, man, Zach literally did nothing except pass for 3 turns and lost. That is pretty crazy. But, I mean, I was going to say hopefully you enjoyed this video, but this is not a good video to watch. I mean, I guess this shows, like, sometimes, you know, Greninja is a good deck. Don't get me wrong. I love Greninja. I love it a lot. But, I mean, maybe sometimes it's clunky. It's hard to set up. I mean, you just don't get stuff going, and you can easily just lose games, as we see right here. I mean, you do have a best 2 out of 3 situation, but if you just have bad hands, you could just easily lose because you have so much in your deck. But man, oh man. But there we go. There was Mega Manectric versus Greninja. I hope that was exciting. I guess seeing the deck lists are probably more exciting than watching these matches. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in Alabama State's top 4. We're going to see who's in there. And we'll see who's going to win Alabama overall in the finals as well. But hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Alrighty. Bye.